Interest rate hikes sent the stock market tumbling again. But this impact goes well beyond Wall Street. So tonight, our Rachel Krause is taking a deeper look into what's driving current inflation issues on a global scale and how this is hurting Hoosier families.
The Federal Reserve approved its fourth straight interest rate hike of 0.75% earlier today. It's the sixth time in a row that they've raised rates. This latest hike is the latest step being taken in an effort to curb inflation around the country, but there are fears that this move could trigger a recession. Joe Fitter with IU's Kelley School of Business says this likely won't be the last hike coming from the feds to curb inflation.
There's two ways that we can control inflation. We can either increase the supply of goods, or we can, choke off the economy so that demand goes away. And so right now, the only lever is really on the demand side, choking off demand by way of interest rate hikes.
Globally, inflation is packing hard punches too. Data from Pew Research Center finds inflation is hitting countries like Brazil even harder. And Turkey's inflation rate, nearly 55%. Fitter says if supply in high manufacturing countries like China improves, that can help curb inflation worldwide. One major way this rate hike will impact families is with mortgages. The 30-year fixed mortgage rate is now topping 7%. That's the highest rate we've seen since 2002, and it's more than double what it was this time last year, of just 3.14%. And these steadily climbing rates are already impacting those looking to buy and sell. These rate hikes have stopped the intensity of last year's hot housing market. But Fitter says the Fed's rate hikes won't bring down the market altogether.
We're seeing people temporarily back off of home purchases. They're going through a bit of sticker shock. But the reality is when you have children and you need to buy a home, you're going to go buy a home at some point. You're going to bite the bullet, especially if home prices continue to rise.
Red-hot inflation has meant rising costs all around for Hoosiers, impacting low and fixed-income families the most. That has many people turning to food banks for help. Midwest Food Bank says many of those coming into their agencies are there for the very first time in need of some help to ensure their families don't go hungry.
The need continues to rise as the budgets just continue to be stretched. So honestly, when I saw that this interest rate is going up again, it was very alarming to us because we know that we're stretched. It's costing us more to get food, to find food, to get food to the food bank and make it available to our agency partners. And it's going to stretch those families even further.
Marcy Luhigo, director at Midwest Food Bank, says for now they're able to meet these rising demands and rising costs simply from people and businesses around the state stepping up to meet that gap.
So how can you navigate high inflation if you're in the market for a new home? Just a few things to keep in mind. Improve your credit score. Compare mortgage lenders. Avoid taking out other debt like a car loan or a new credit card. And if it's possible, make a bigger down payment. That's all according to moneytips.com. Experts also advise adjusting your expectations. Think long term. And this is a big one. Only buy what you can afford.